Well, hello everybody. This is a video really designed for bodybuilders, but everybody in general. Shocking study came out just yesterday that really needs to be brought to the attention. It's so timely because yesterday I have on my Instagram account this reel that I put out to address the increased amount of visceral fat that bodybuilders and fat around the heart that they're accumulating. And it is so controversial because I've never, ever seen a population of people come after me so caustically and so aggressively as the bodybuilder community. Hey, listen, I'm glad you guys are working out and the fitness is seemingly important for you, but can you bear with me and watch this video and see? And share this with any bodybuilders you knew, including amateurs. We're going to talk about the pros, but the amateurs, you need to watch this because in this study, it shows that compared to the average person, an amateur bodybuilder is 5 to 10 times more likely to have a heart attack. And a professional is 90 to as high as 180 times more likely to have a heart attack compared to an average person. So this is shocking, okay? What is going on? We're going to break it down. Dr. Sean's going to get into it. Here is the study out in the European Heart Journal, just out May 20, 2025, entitled Mortality in Male Bodybuilding Athletes. Okay, so this applied to males. And let's look at it. So compared to the general population, 1 to 2 people have a heart attack per 100,000 individuals. And on the amateur population, it's 11 per 100,000. So, and the professionals, it's 180 per 100,000. So significant numbers in these findings correlating the risk, apparent risk now, to bodybuilding to heart attacks, okay? So the relative risk, actually looking at those numbers, is 5 to 11 times greater risk compared to average individuals, and 90 to 180 times risk compared professionals to average individuals. Okay, so let's get into it. What is going down? What is the risk? So these are heart attacks, and the etiology behind heart attacks, we'll wait for medical science to catch up to conventional healthcare guys, but it is, for those who are involved in research, it is this yellow stuff forming around the outside of the heart called epicardial adipose tissue, epicardial fat, or heart fat, okay? So this is a artistic rendering showing that the arteries of your heart are actually on the outside of that heart. And that is the problem, because guess what also is on the outside of the heart? Yeah, this inflammatory fat that nobody's talking about but Dr. Sean, okay? I keep trying to scream from the mountaintops. Occasionally a few people, oh, maybe I'll share that. A few of you will share it. Well, if you don't share this and somebody has a heart attack, shame on you. Shame on you. Got to shame you in action. Warn people about this. Read the studies. I have numerous posts, numerous videos about this dangerous inflammatory fat. One of these days is going to be all over the place because the ruse of the big pharmaceutical industry, healthcare, big medicine, big healthcare insurance companies, they're all involved, including big food, suppressing this information. But it's going to get out. It's going to get out. You might as well get going on it if you want to save your life. So look at this. Somebody had a heart attack, huge amount of fat around their left anterior descending, the right coronary artery. This is death. This is deadly. This is inflammatory right up against your arteries, okay? This is why you have a heart attack. This is why you get atrial fibrillation. This is why you get heart disease, heart failure. And nobody's talking about it. Go talk to your doctor about it. Ask them, well, can you tell me about that epicardial fat around your heart? Can you tell me about the fat surrounding my heart? That would be a short conversation. Go try it. It's not taught in medical schools. I'm telling you, this needs to go to the Secretary of Health, RFK Jr. Somebody needs to bring this to his attention. He'll look into this. They'll investigate it. They'll figure out it's being kept out of the curriculum, and watch what happens then. Okay? We'll get this going, get this out there, pass this on to as many people as possible. But if you're a bodybuilder, this is what's happening. Okay? You got a normal, healthy heart, just a very small amount of fat in that person's heart. These are autopsies. Never a good sign when you see a heart being photographed outside the body with a ruler next to it. Okay? This is probably trauma. This is probably a heart attack, and this is probably a heart attack too. So this is probably a middle-aged person in their teenager years or 20, motor vehicle accident, I'm guessing, being a former medical examiner myself. This is probably somebody in their late 20s, early 30s. And see this right here? That's everybody who's come to me age 50 and above. Everybody. Everybody. If you're above the age of 50, that's you. Okay? So bodybuilders included, they're getting this fat around their heart, and it kills you, causes heart attacks. We can figure this out. You don't have to wait for an autopsy. Your heart laying on a, stainless steel table. Wake up, get an MRI, and see what it looks like. Here's a guy who's 50, in his 50s, has this heart attack, massive heart attack, comes to me. Fortunately, he found out about me, came to me, big, gigantic chunk of fat. Look at all that white stuff surrounding his heart. We know we're at the same level of the heart. That is the septum between the right side of the heart and left side of the heart. And here's another healthy heart with that septum, same level, no heart fat. That's a big difference. Who do you want to be? That's Dr. Sean, 61-year-old Dr. Sean. Okay, I better have low amount of fat if I'm the expert in the world, most experienced getting rid of this fat. That's what your heart should look like. Follow me, come to me. I'll help you do that. Come to my medical practice. You don't want to look like this. You want to look like this. And we can make this go away in weeks. We are the experts at this. We identify it. I've been doing it for 13 years. So just to show you, visceral fat corresponds to heart fat. Okay, slice through the abdomen and the chest and an individual this way, okay? So I'll stand the correct way, the way this guy is. This is his anterior part of his abdomen. So this surface right here on my abdomen. And this is his posterior. That's his back, okay? His back, right up in this area. This is his head. His feet are down here, CDF, H up there, okay? So this is all abdominal fat, visceral fat. All that white stuff, that's a kidney. That's kidney, that's a liver, stomach, and colon, and all the white stuff in there is visceral fat. Well, what's above your abdomen? You know this. It's your chest, your lungs, okay? And right in the middle of your chest is your heart. Uh-oh, look at all that white surrounding that heart. Big chunk of inflammatory fat. If you got visceral fat, you got heart fat. You got heart fat, you got visceral fat. It always is the case. Heart fat is visceral fat around the heart, okay? So just showing you visually that compelling comparison so you understand that relationship. Guys, girls, you guys are bodybuilders. You have an undetected amount of fat. All these carbs, working out, it's not going on the outside of your body. Heads up, just because you don't see any fat on the outside doesn't mean you got fat on the inside. That's the deadly mistake they're making. They're shredded. I got all this muscle. I got no fat. You got fat inside. You got fat around your heart. You want none. You got some. You got a risk for a heart attack. So this is what I'm trying to get to your attention, bodybuilders. So hopefully it starts to resonate. You come into this world looking like this, a beautiful, do you see any fat on that heart? Look at that beautiful, beautiful heart. Fresh, so healthy. That's an infant. Beautiful, beautiful heart. compared to this 50-year-old now filled. And by the way, it can happen in I showed you those other ones in the 20s. So this just middle age. There's so many out there, Phil, which one do you want to be? Okay. It's your choice which one you want to be. So here's the point. I jumped on AI and have it review every single medical study, every single scientific article, every medical record it had access to, every single autopsy record, which in most cases are public records, where people have had heart attacks, to see if there's a single human being in the world who's ever had a heart attack and did not have elevated amount of this heart fat. It could not find a single one. You go ask it that question. You go ask that question. It could not find it. I've done it multiple times. There's no human being, I've come out and say it, who's ever had a heart attack who did not have elevated amounts of heart fat. Now I know you can have a heart attack like through trauma, sometimes crazy things like that happen, and maybe that's before you had a heart attack. But we're talking about the number one killer, okay? Not from heart attacks, from trauma, some unusual, really weird thing. Heads up, we don't care about that. We care about what is the number one killer, which is thrombotic cardiovascular disease, and that's always with this stuff on the outside. Always. So I came up with this phrase, and it needs to be on every billboard down the street. Should be on every, Facebook message, ad, Instagram, YouTube, everything. No heart fat, no heart attack. My reputation is on. Sean O'Mara, you cannot have a heart attack without having that heart fat. No heart fat, no heart attack. Share this with other people. This isn't just for the bodybuilder community, it's for everybody. All right, please give this a like. Please comment. It helps it to get out to more people to save more lives. I make nothing off this. I don't want the money. I just want to stop chronic disease. You can help save lives. You can help improve lives by commenting, by giving it a like, and by sharing it. So getting it to every bodybuilder you know. Anybody who's going into the gym working on getting a body. Body dysmorphia is what's behind all this. Too much weightlifting. There's a sweet spot, okay? And you guys, for the most of you, your competitive bodybuilders are going way past that sweet spot. And you guys need to be scanned because you're at risk. Again, 5 to 10 times the risk of an average person if you're just an amateur bodybuilder, and 90 to 180 times worse if you're a professional bodybuilder. And it's not just lifting weights, it's also all the contributions of drugs and steroids and other things that we see going on, abuse of hormones, insulin and growth hormone, and all the crazy stuff that's going on that they're doing that's contributing to it. It's not just the fact that they lift weights way too much. All right, so please share this with other people and get this out, blow it up, post it, share it, wherever you can. All right, Dr. Sean out. We will see you on more biologically optimizing videos.